Hi everyone. So before we begin, it should be pretty clear that this is really not going to be like our normal videos. Normally our videos are, our goal is to be funny and entertaining and everything, but unfortunately, today is not the day for that. We just wanted to share Austin's story and sort of in the story that surrounded all of us and everything, so I'm just going to let Austin talk about what happened.
Okay. So this last weekend, I was in Vegas with my entire family. I had probably close to 50 people in my family there for my grandparents' 50th anniversary, which was Saturday night. And we got there and we had a great time, and then Sunday came around. I don't even know where to start. That evening I took a nap and I probably woke up around 7, and then we decided that we wanted to go out and see the Bellagio does this big water show. So me and my little brother met up with my mom and my older brother, and we walked over to the Bellagio and we watched this water show, which is fantastic. So my grandma calls us from Mandalay Bay, which is the hotel we were staying at, and they're on the phone just having a normal conversation. Then my grandma all of a sudden stops my mom and says, "I can't hear you, it sounds like there's gunshots going off." And then it clears up, and then my grandma's like, "Okay, continue." And my mom starts again, and then my grandma says, "I really can't hear you, it really sounds like gunshots." Then my grandma dismissed it one more time and was like, "It can't be gunshots, no." Meanwhile, my little sister is up in the hotel room, oh god, by herself. She's sleeping. She always likes to go to bed early, and she's sleeping in the hotel room alone. And so my mom hangs up with my grandma. They dismissed it. Didn't seem like it was a real thing, and even when the cop cars drove by and everything, like, I'm from a city, like, that stuff's really normalized, and none of us thought anything of it. And then we start walking back. We stop at a Walgreens to get some water and goldfish, and we continue walking, and the closer we get, the more we know that something happened. Just more and more cop cars, and finally we get up to this point right by the New York, and this guy stops us and he's like, "Are you guys walking this way?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, 20 people have been shot at Mandalay Bay. And we kind of stop, and he explains more to us that he just talked to an officer down there. And I swore he meant the MGM, because the cop cars were closer to the MGM New York area, not 3 hotels further down. Just turns out that they had a lot more blocked off than I would have thought. And we figured, well, if they know that people have been shot, they must have caught the guy already, and it's fine. We need to get back to our hotel room. It's late, and my sister's there, my grandparents were there. And we continue walking after being told not to, and we go up these escalators, and we can start to see the scene, and there's just tons of cop cars and people and sirens and flashing lights, and we're like, okay, something like really serious happened. And we get up into the New York, which has a sky bridge that crosses over to the Excalibur, and that was closed off. So we were like, okay, you know what, let's stay inside the New York. So we go down the escalators, and this woman is wondering what's going on, so my mom stops and talks to her and shows her the article that was just released at that very moment about what people were kind of talking about. And all of a sudden, up on the news, there's they're talking about what's happening at the current moment in time, and then and then all of a sudden, my older brother thinks he heard gunshots, and then someone yelled that there was a shooter inside the New York, where me and my mom and my two brothers were at, and it was a scene like no other when everyone turns and runs screaming. Nothing matters. Nothing matters except for getting to safety. And my mom grabbed onto my little brother, and then she grabbed a hold of my older brother, and my mom only has 2 arms, and they run one way and I run the other way. No one stops to think about where you're gonna run, you just run, okay? We were 110% convinced that there was someone that was about to shoot up this entire hotel. And I run off into a bathroom, and it's a big public bathroom. There's other people running in the same direction. It was scary because it was a dead end, that bathroom. There was no exits in that bathroom. That was it. And my mom and my brothers ran into the Hershey store.
Austin. Where's Austin?
What?
Oh my God.
I get a text from my mom like, "Are you okay? Where are you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm in the bathroom." And she's like, "Okay, we're in one of the stores." And meanwhile, I'm live tweeting because I know that people knew that I was there at in Vegas, and I know that they would want to know if I was okay or not. And I was just kind of tweeting whatever just came into my mind about where I was, what was happening, and if I was safe or not. And it started to die down. There wasn't anything for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like, I heard more screaming, and I ran and I locked myself into one of the cubicles, and I started to cry because I didn't know if my family was okay at that point. I felt like they were still in the room, I just waited it out a little bit more until she called me and told me that they were escorted out of the Hershey store onto the Vegas Strip, and she said, "I don't want you to come if you're not safe." And I said, "It's okay. I think everyone's okay now." And I left the bathroom, and it turned out everyone was okay. And then I exited, and I found my family, and we went and hid in this little shop, in this store, and all of a sudden the manager comes out and was like, "Listen, we have a place upstairs in the New York. It was kind of like a banquet hall, and they all escorted a bunch of us up into the room, and we were there for probably about 20 minutes until finally we were escorted into a safe room that was guarded by many SWAT team members and brave men and women willing to protect us at all costs. And the safe room was I don't know, it was some Irish bar. It's just funny because he's Irish. Meanwhile, we're just contacting our family. My phone was at like 1%, and meanwhile we're just constantly checking the news, and they said that there could have been up to 5 gunmen, and we didn't know anything. My mom was able to get a hold of my grandparents. They got up to their hotel room, which was right across from ours, and they pounded on the door waking up my little sister and taking her to their room. I mean, meanwhile, the gunman is like 16 floors above them, and I mean, yeah. So I don't even know what to say next. We were there for a couple hours, and we were informed that the 3 closest hotels to Mandalay Bay were closed for the night. No one was getting in, no one was getting out. We went upstairs to a room in the New York to sleep, and told everyone on social media that I was fine and that we were safe at that point, and we were. No one in my family was harmed. It could have been much worse. It was much worse for many other people and their families. It was like nothing else. There's nothing compared to the moment when everyone screams and runs. It's wonderful to know that our lives were never really in danger. The gunman was not in the New York like everyone thought. It was really scary though, and I'm just really glad that we're all okay, and that we were all okay. So the next morning they allow us to go back over to our hotel room, and then we see our grandparents and everything, and yes, that's my story.
Meanwhile, all this was happening, obviously, I mean, a lot of you knew it happened because you follow us on social media. I was asleep, and I started getting calls from a couple friends of mine, and I had no idea why. I eventually look at my phone, and they're saying, you know, have you seen the news? Do you know what's going on? And then one of them texted me and said, there's a shooter in Vegas, and I don't really react to things very often. I don't react physically to things, at least. I'm a pretty chill person, frankly. My body violently started shaking. I didn't even know what to do, what to think. I just started texting Austin panically and just said, where are you? Are you okay? Are you? And I got 1 or 2 answers back just very quickly, like, I'm locked in a bathroom, I'm okay. And I was just, yeah. After that, once I finally was able to confirm that he was safe and he was okay, I felt a little bit better, but that was then when his phone died and that I couldn't talk to him. And so even though I had known, he said, oh, I'm safe, I'm good, I did not sleep at all. I stayed up the entire night, mostly just following the news, making sure if anything else happened. I mean, I didn't know what to think. All of our friends are texting me, calling me, you know, just checking in, asking if he's okay, if I know anything. And yeah, thankfully, him and all of his family are okay, and obviously that's the important thing. Again, that is not how it went for everyone, so I don't know what I would have done if anything had happened. And the thing about it is that these happen all the time, and every time we see them, we see it on TV, and our reaction is, oh my god, this is terrible, this is tragic. I have never felt anything specifically, and I don't think it's because I'm heartless. I think it's because it doesn't feel real. I'm watching it on TV, it doesn't seem like it's real. I'm not connecting to it. It seems terrible and tragic, but this was very real. And the thing is that I don't want anyone to feel that way. I don't want anyone to ever feel like someone they care about is that in danger. And the thing is that we all potentially can, because this is a problem that is singular to America. We have politicians that take money from the NRA and other groups that ensure that people can commit things like this. And it's disgusting. The thing about it is that thoughts and prayers, great. They're helpful. Donating to relief, helpful. It helps a lot of people. It helps victims. But if we want to stop this from ever again, there is one way, and one way only, and that is you need to go find out who your representatives are. You have to find out their stance on gun control. If they have the guts to say that they are against gun control, you need to vote them out of office. There will be people that will be running against them in 2018, and one of those people will have a better stance on it. You need to go and volunteer for these people, campaign for these people. You need to spread their messages. You need to donate to their campaigns. This is a problem that only America has. The next, probably 15 biggest countries combined only have a fraction of gun deaths compared to the 30,000 that we have per year here. If you feel sick, if you feel disgusted, if you feel like this is wrong, then you need to do something about it. And over the next few months and into the next few years, I'm going to try to share as many resources as I can regarding the 2018 elections, but the only way this changes is this way, and it starts with you. I hope, if anything, sharing this message and this story can give you a little bit of motivation to get up and go do something about it, because I never want to feel that way again, and I know you don't, and I know you don't. So,
thank you everyone for listening to this. There were many, many people whose stories did not end as well as mine did. And it's up to us to prevent it from ever happening again.
We'll see you very soon. We promise we won't be serious forever, but there's no way we couldn't share this story. It's too important. But we'll see you soon. Back to normal. Back to fun.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.